Have you ever looked at your mouse and thought, what if I didn't have to use my hands? Well, the fine folks at Hunter Digital asked that question and they made a whole product about it. Today we're looking at the NoHands Mouse. This is a foot-controlled mouse, and yeah, it actually works, but don't take my word for it. Listen to this great jingle.
Now I know what you're thinking. You might be tired of clicking. I could see a brighter future. Get yourself a no-hands mouse.
I'll spare you the rest for now, but Hunter Digital was a Los Angeles-based company started by Dr. Aaron Soanes with a mission to increase efficiency by removing the time wasted to move your hands from your keyboard over to your mouse and back again. There was a press release that claimed that this would give you a 30% in efficiency. Doesn't really explain how they tracked that, but it also goes into reducing your risk of carpal tunnel syndrome, wrist fatigue, and shoulder strain because you're not using your wrists anymore. All that will probably just transfer to your ankles. But this isn't the first time a company answered a question nobody was asking. A few months ago, Steve reviewed the view control system, which allowed a user to look where they wanted the cursor to go. All right, so what do we have inside? Well, what you'd think, the NoHands Mouse. I will say I was actually pretty impressed how this was packaged. Each of these was kind of holstered in with this twist tie, but all the wires were snuck down in the back. Somebody did actually think about the packaging for this. Really nothing more than like a joystick and then two-way switch, right? So the cursor pedal, up, down, left, right. You can move it around in circles, kind of just like a joystick. And then for the clicking motion, forward or back, left click, or right, left. You can probably change those in the settings. If you look at the box, we do have PC, PS2, PC Serial, or Macintosh. I assume on the Macintosh one, you still have two buttons, just the same way if you plugged a PC mouse into it. So what else do we get? Well, we do get two discs. I will image these and archive them, assuming they're not up somewhere. So while I did archive one of those discs, the other one was just unreadable. I have a video of the demo on it, so it actually walks you through. All of that will be in links in the description and probably up on the screen. But realistically, we don't need those. I don't expect we need those because this is just a generic pointing device that Windows should see. We do have your important sitting posture position. So one thing that I think will be a little difficult is adjusting the height so your feet rest on here, not actually putting your weight on it, but you want it to just rest. You should only be wobbling your ankles to use the NoHands mouse. So we'll see how well that works out. NoHands Mouse User Guide Addendum. So this is interesting. So typically manufacturers will send this out after the first wave go out if they have issues. So it looks like when you rest your foot on there, the mouse might go crazy. So this is just saying take your foot off for a couple seconds and it'll kind of reset the drifting on here. Do get a registration card. Nobody's at that address anymore, so we can't send this in. But you do get this really thick manual for nothing more than a mouse. Kind of goes into installing for Windows 3.1, work groups. I think I saw somewhere this can do like IBM OS 2, maybe, Windows 95. So kind of what you'd expect a little bit for early 90s pointing devices, maybe some different settings you need. But what I found really interesting here is the care they put into the comics for your NoHands mouse. Don't put it in a refrigerator. Don't have an elephant stand on it. Don't take it to the beach. Don't go in the bathtub with it. Just really, really cool. I love when companies go above and beyond and do fun stuff like this. So that's what you get in the box. Let's plug it in and see what it's actually like to use. So a little continuity note here. I filmed this segment before and the video didn't work because I got multiple cameras here, right? We got the face camera, we got the foot camera, and capturing windows. So this is my Windows 98 box, and I have the foot mouse hooked up to it. I've been using this for a little bit, and I am not any better at it. There's a lot of strain in my legs right now, and I've really messed around to try to get the perfect height of my chair where my feet are just on it, like hovering over it, not resting too much. But I feel it's almost in my calves that I feel like I'm working too hard to hover around. But it works. I mean, I can mouse around. Let's see if I can connect to aim. Maybe. Sign on. Gotta move over here. Sign on. And there you go, right? I mean, everything works, right? I can push forward and click. I can push back and right click. I could do everything I need. But let's try to actually do something. Yeah, let's go play some games. Let's start off with solitaire. I'm really focusing on, come on, down, 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 moving the mouse. I was thinking of like, what would I say while I'm using this? But the hard thing is like, I'm really concentrating to move the mouse around, and I don't know what to do with my hands, right? But here I am, and go away. Aim half works. That's why we got that, because it doesn't see the whole servers. Okay, so, and I can, nope, get the 7 here. So I am sure with much practice and a lot of muscles that I don't normally use, I could get better at this. But it is very, oh no, I see, I can't put the 7 there. I know better than that. But it's very cerebral, right? It is very hard to, well, you know what? They want me to use it, so we'll Alt F4 out of it. They want you to use the keyboard, so I'll place my hands on the keyboard. But this is kind of the weird trade-off with this, right? Because if you were better than average user, maybe not a power user, you would navigate around by using keyboard shortcuts, right? My feet are off. I'm just using the keyboard here, right? And it would be the same thing if you were in a document too, right? Because, and I was really trying to be on the side of this thing, right? So you're not going to see because my window box isn't the same, but if I was typing here, right, let's say I'm a busy office worker and I'm typing away and I needed to bold or underline something, most users are going to lift their hands up and they're going to highlight and click the button, right? Now, if you were a little better, maybe more of a power user, so I'm using the keyboard, right? My feet are off, right? I can hit Shift, I can go over, I can do Control B, Control U, I can underline it, right? So the argument of, oh, you're saving time because you're taking your fingers off. Well, there are shortcuts that we could use, right? Now, the second part of this is never are you going to be typing and formatting at the same time, right? It doesn't work, right? So this 33% savings, I can understand. We're like, oh, well, you're typing. Come on, click the box. Yeah, you're typing, and then you have to take your hand off to move the mouse around and move it back in. Okay, but when you're doing those actions, especially in a spreadsheet or in a notepad like this, you're not continuously typing while you do that. Correct me in the comments, but I can't think of any use case where I would be typing and mousing around at the same time and doing things with the mouse, right? Oh, I closed Clippy out. I guess I can do that. But you see, that doesn't make sense. You would never type and need to move your cursor at the same time.
And the time savings of moving your hand, no, I don't want to save it. See, I'll just hit N. The time savings of moving your hand from the keyboard to the mouse and back, in my opinion, is not enough to generate that. Let's do one more example of this, if I can get there. Where? No, you know what? No. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Roller Coaster Tycoon. No, come on, come on. Over, 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 over. I really want to use the mouse. I still have the mouse plugged in. I really want to use it, but I'm going to get there. No! I hit the wrong one. Okay, now we got to wait for RetroZilla to come up because I don't want to go to the website. We're going to save time and use the keyboard like they would ask us to. Okay, no, I don't want SimCity. I want, where was I? Hasbro, what am I thinking about? See, I am so messed up using my feet to mouse around. And this is probably gonna... This is not the best machine in the world. That's perfectly great Windows 95 or 98 machine, but it is not the best machine in the world. Where is my Roller Coaster Tycoon? Can I close that? Yep. There we go. There we go. All right, let's do a new game because I really don't want to mess up my games on here. I'll just start. Okay, yep. Got it. So I am going to try. I am really fighting to close this box out. I'm going to try to talk while I'm doing this. Let's just build a couple things here. I usually start off. Now I got to move this box so I can see. There we go. Let's... And it is almost like a, you push a little bit, it moves, and I push a little bit more, and it just like flies away. Doesn't seem to be, maybe it's because how old it is. Doesn't seem to be an in-between. So let's go down. This is already, like, I would be so much quicker with the mouse, and it's not, you're just more, you have more control with your hands. It's almost like humans were made to do things, more dexterous things with their hands and not necessarily their feet. Up, up, open, close, come, close. See, the annoying thing in this game is when your cursor gets close to the edge of the screen, it allows you to pan around, which is great. But it's annoying when you're mousing with your foot. I would probably do better if I was using a regular mouse with my foot. That's no exaggeration. Okay, so let's... Come on, let's build one more thing. I am not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating this. And like my calves are burning. Come on, down, down, over. See, Steve's head mouse is probably more accurate than this. Oh, see, I didn't want to build it there. Okay, that's fine. We'll build a path, maybe. Oh, there's a tree in the way. Oh, no. Can I... Come on. No, no, no. Remove. Come on. In the box. Okay, screw it. Let's go there. Oh, man. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done using this. I can't get it to... It's usable. It's absolutely usable. But, man, this is hard. This is really hard.
So who is this for? Well, thanks to the Wayback Machine, we can read some of the reviews.
I love it. Before I was annoyed every time when I moved the mouse. I lost my rhythm and then I'd have to find my rhythm once again. Now I just type so fast.
I use it without my shoes. I'm a fast typist, and when I start using this, my speed went up at least 10 words a minute.
I'm better at mousing with my feet than I am with my hand.
Now, in all seriousness, I thought this was originally conceived to be some sort of accessibility device, and I would never poke fun at a device designed for accessibility, right? That's just not what I want to do. I don't think that's right. But I can't find anywhere in the manual, on the website, on the press release, 1.5 press releases I've seen that mention this is for people with no or limited movement into their hands. I really think that they were like, hey, we're going to solve carpal tunnel syndrome and everything else, which is ridiculous, because this is not the device to do that. It's cumbersome. It is awkward in so many ways. And you know, one thing I found as I used it more, all this really is just like a joystick, right? You know, it's kind of if you were moving your mouse around with a joystick. But if you were to move your cursor down, pull it back for you as you press, there's more give in this plate than when the switch comes in. So you'd press back a little bit, you'd feel the pedal bend, but until you got to here, the cursor wouldn't move, if that makes sense. Just a weird observation I found. But I will say it is well constructed. This is very heavy, thick plastic, a really good rubber mat on here. I would feel comfortable using like shoes on this in an office environment, and it wouldn't damage anything. But that's about it. I'm probably just going to put it back in the box and really not use it again, because this is just, it's awkward. There are other devices out there that could be better. I mean, you know, realistically, if you're worried about carpal tunnel, you know what? I have one. Break. This is what you want. That goes in there. This is what you want. If you're worried about moving your hand around, you can get like one of these Logitech marble mouse and just keep everything stationary, and you're just moving your fingers around. This is a much better device than this. I think it answers the same question, and there's a reason that these are still made, right? This is a much older one, but pointing devices like this is just have a ball go back to the 80s. There's a reason they still make them today, because they are reliable, they're comfortable, they answer a lot of the questions, and they give you as good, if not better, precision than if you had a regular mouse. I really enjoy these, especially for video editing, because you can get in there and really dial in frames better. You'll see this in a video editing video down the road. So that's going to wrap this up. This was a interesting device. I am very happy I got my feet on one. But that was it. What do you think about this? Have you ever used one of these? Have you ever seen one of these? I know I haven't. I am going to, at the end of this video, show the entire Hunter Digital commercial for your viewing pleasure, so you could see that song again. Hey, if you like what we're doing here at Retro Tech or Die, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll catch you next time.
Do you use your computer a lot? Then this is the product for you. The NoHands Mouse takes pressure off the delicate hand wrist area, relieving the continuous finger clicking a hand mouse requires. It also eliminates the time wasted shifting from keyboard to mouse. The NoHands Mouse allows you complete cursor control without taking your attention away from the screen. Treat yourself to the NoHands Mouse and significantly lower the likelihood of hand wrist injuries such as carpal tunnel syndrome. It's also fun and easy to use.
Just plug the NoHands Mouse in using a USB or PS2 port. The NoHands Mouse is compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux operating systems. Up-to-date operating systems don't even require a driver. Just plug and play. Just sit at your desk and adjust the chair so you are only using your ankles to control the mouse. Lean back in your chair so you're sitting upright and make sure your legs are bent at roughly 90 degrees. All pressure should be off your legs. Now you're ready to experience the ease and comfort of the NoHands Mouse.
We're so sure you'll love the NoHands Mouse. You can send it back within 30 days for a full refund. So give your hands a rest and place an order for your NoHands Mouse, the mouse made for your feet. You've got nothing to lose and so much to gain.
Now I know what you're thinking. You might be tired of clicking. I could see a brighter future. Get yourself a